Hello everybody, welcome to Kelsey's Console Repair from MinnMax. MinnMax is a place about games, friends, getting better. I'm Ben Hansen and I don't know nothing, which is why I'm honored to be joined by Kelsey Lewin.
Hi, here's the thing. I don't know that much. I pay a full-time repair person, but I do know some repairs, and they're good to know. It's good to know some basics. And I think today we're going to be doing some real, just good old-fashioned 101 content, you know? Like, just first day of class.
Yes.
We're going to learn some basics. Does that sound okay?
This sounds wonderful. And this exists because of people over at Patreon. Patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's. If you join the Backstage Pass tier, the $10 tier, even just for 1 month here, you get to vote on which new shows we create or continue. Last week, people said, please, let us have a party at the mansion. We crave a party at the Playboy Mansion. And then after 1 week of that, they said, no more of that. We're fine. No more parties at the mansion.
No parties.
And so this week, Kelsey showing off repairs is coming up here. And as she gets text, it's going to be really funny because your phone's
let me fix that real quick.
It's all good. But I was trying to think about how this came about, Kelsey, and I think it was like maybe the last meeting we had, like one-on-one meeting, you mentioned, or I was talking about like kind of highlighting your specialties, and I think you mentioned the idea of like, well, I could show off how to like repair consoles, and I said that sounds like content that not many other outlets can do. So I'm very excited to see what you have in store for our 101 session. You don't have to blow our minds, save that for week 8. This is just week 1,
right.
Basic stuff.
No blowing minds today.
Okay, so what is on the docket for 101?
Okay, so we're gonna fix some controllers today. We're gonna start with the simplest of the simple repairs, the simplest of the simplest consoles, the NES right here.
Love it.
This is, when you open this up, like I swear, even if you know nothing about electronics, you'll like understand how this works. It's really that simple. I'm gonna start with by showing off my tools. If anyone wants to get started in this stuff, just buy one of these. Just buy an iFixit kit. It's got everything in it. I think they're like $80 or something like that, and it's all the pieces you need for everything. And until you get like insanely hardcore, this is gonna have you covered for just about everything. So and then I also have this thing, the consoles4u.ch controller tester. This thing is, I don't recommend buying this unless you're like really getting into this. This is like $1,000. And it's a way of, it's like little modules to test every controller. This is the coolest little piece of tech, but it's overkill. It's like if you do this for a living or own a game store or something like this, but I'm gonna show you. So you got a little like screen right here.
Right.
And then we're gonna find our NES. We're gonna see what's wrong with this first. It is labeled, but I didn't write this label, so we're not gonna trust it. We don't trust anything around here.
Who would think of selling this? That's your business, is to sell controller testing stuff.
None of this existed ago. Like we were all just like, I have every game console set up at the stores and everything, and I had a list of games that were like games that use every button so that you can test things easier.
What?
And thank God some people finally started being like, hey, you know what? There's enough people that do this for a living that maybe we should do this. So these are really gross controllers.
Yeah, I agree. Just to hold.
All right, so you see we got our little setup here.
Yeah.
That screen, it's very just low tech here. I'm gonna press a button. Oh, I forgot this. The NES one's actually kind of bad. It doesn't connect fully. Really? Come on. Does no button work?
Is that the conclusion here?
Is it that no button works, or is it that this thing's NES thing is just not very good?
What happens?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, nope, we lost it. Where did it go? Press a button.
Is episode 2 of this show just us trying to repair the repair equipment?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, are we gonna get it this time? No?
But it gave you a flash, like...
Why don't we try a game controller?
That sounds great.
So I can actually show you that this thing works.
Finally, a good controller, yeah.
I totally forgot until right this second. My repair guy was like, we need to replace the NES module on it. It's not working very well.
Oh, no.
Oh. Yeah.
Rich Bad at Games says, I love how big and chunky that kit is. Yeah, it does look really satisfying. It's like Ghostbusters tech or something.
It's a suitcase.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Okay, so this is GameCube testing.
So this is a GameCube one, and this one will actually show you like the values on it there, like for the analog stick, because you might end up having, you know, might have some drift, might be trying to always go to the right or something like that. So it's a little bit more involved than just a simple NES controller that only knows how to go left, right, up, down.
Sure.
So yeah, we've got a couple little buttons being silly there, but see when I press the A button, it says A.
Right.
So
that is so cool.
Yeah, cool way to test controller without having to you know, make a whole game. Although if you're curious about what games I use,
I would love to know.
For the GameCube one, there's a game called Zoo Cube. Zoo Cube has like, it's just like a weird puzzle game. But on the like menu screen, there's a console, like kind of like a spaceship looking console, but it's just a GameCube controller stretched out, and every time you press a button, it lights up one of the buttons. So
how would you ever find that? Are you just looking online for like controller testing best games?
I don't remember how we discovered that one. I don't.
Zoo
Okay.
Cube.
All right, let's see which one of these. This says start button won't.
Start button won't.
That's gonna be a super easy. Because again, I will show you. So this one just uses regular. This is before Nintendo got fancy. They just uses regular Phillips screwdriver stuff. So that's a very easy one to take apart. You don't have to do anything special. You probably just have one of those at home yourself. But as you get into more complicated stuff, Nintendo and other companies start using proprietary screws, and you got to get your 3.8 millimeter game bits and your tri-wings and whatnot.
How did you learn all this, Kelsey, and why did you learn all this?
It's just useful if I don't have to punt everything to a repair person.
Yeah.
Especially like I don't actually know, like the repair guy that we hire. I mean, he can work on PS5s. Literally he worked on oscilloscopes before joining here.
Whoa.
So he's like 1,000 times smarter than me. So I don't touch a lot of the stuff that he does. I don't try to repair I don't try to repair many things with moving parts, to be perfectly honest, because it starts getting to a point where putting it back together is like a big hassle, and I lose little pieces. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good skill to have whenever there's downtime. There's basically always going to be people spilling Pepsi in their controllers, and yeah, always going to be a need to repair stuff.
So were you
okay?
Oh, okay. I'm so curious to see what this looks like on the inside. I've never seen this.
Yeah. So this is the back part of it.
Okay.
And as you can see, the cord's kind of like wound around there. So you don't have to be that careful. We just kind of carefully peel it out of there. And then see how little is going on that board? You can see where all the buttons are, right? You can just see all those little pressure sensors. And then there's the back where the buttons are. You basically have these little pads with when you push the button, it pushes this little, I don't know how much of this is coming through, but when you push the button, you push that and it hits the sensor right here, and that's what tells it that, hey, a button's been pressed and I should jump or whatever now. So what goes wrong with these, you may even be able to see, these are just like, they're kind of like black. They're not supposed to be that dirty. That's a problem. So this is hilariously easy to fix. We are literally just going to clean the contacts on them.
And
we're just opening this up and cleaning it.
It was specifically the start button that was the wonky one?
Yeah, it's the start button. And I'm just using Windex because Windex is very good at lifting dirt.
Sure.
So you can already see a bunch of stuff is coming off of these.
That is satisfying.
I am gonna clean all of it though, because it all looks kind of bad, and even though it may still be working right now, it may not be long for this world, so better to just clean it all.
So how often are you doing this? Like, did you hire the repair person so you didn't have to do this anymore? Or is this just like,
yes.
if you own a store, like, okay. But if you own a used game store.
Every once in a while, if I'm just like, you know, again, NES controllers are like the simplest of the simple. So if it's a slow day and I'm just like, I don't know, I want to do something with my hands, I guess I'll crack open a couple of these and clean them. But I do, it's funny, I actually don't think I've done a major repair in like 2 years now. So
you could have fooled us. You look like an expert.
Thanks. Thank you. I'm very adept at cleaning these old controllers here, and I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning on the inside of this too, just because why not? It's kind of gross, you know?
Yeah. So, can people bring their stuff into your stores, the Pink Gorilla game stores in Seattle, by the way, plug, and have their stuff repaired? Is that an option, or is it just if they sell it to you, then you can repair it and then sell it back?
Yeah, it's really mostly the latter, and only because we just don't have the time or bandwidth to do a bunch of repairs, and people tend to want complicated repairs, like my PS5 isn't working, rather than, you know, I spilled something in my controller. I will sometimes do if it's I spilled something in my controller, I will do that a lot of times. But
yeah.
All right, so we're putting this back in here. I know, again, super complicated.
It's I know you don't think it's much, but I don't think I've ever cracked open a controller. I guess like arcade cabinet stuff, if that counts, for like cleaning out those buttons, because those get a lot of crap spilled on them. But
we're just threading this back through here and putting this back on and making sure I still have all the buttons attached here. Feels better.
Perfect.
I'll put it back together. I'm gonna see if I can get this. Unfortunately, I might not be able to test if this actually works. But my NES sensor is not working here. But
you could just fool all of us and say it is working.
Yeah.
It's working beautifully.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Perfect. No issues.
Mario's jumping like nobody else. Where'd you get these controllers, by the way?
I ran by the store last night and I was like digging around for things that looked fairly simple. We have, you know, I used to wonder a long time ago, like, I don't know, probably my first couple years into this, we really didn't have a giant back room full of broken stuff or anything. And I was always curious. I was like, I see all these other game store owners and they just have like infinite stuff. Like, you know, I'm like, why don't they just get it all out for sale? And that was naive. It's ballooned to a ridiculous thing. I have, you know, those like big black and yellow Home Depot bins that are like, you know, 6 feet long or whatever. I think we have 4 of those full of just Xbox 360 controllers.
And it's gonna be tough too, because you're selling those for, how much do those go for?
Like $20.
Oh, okay, all right. But it's like, is it really worth the time to repair all these so we can maybe sell them?
I mean, if it's just Xbox 360 controllers are kind of weird, because actually, in order to take, even if it's just like a stick replacement, like you got a busted, you know, bad stick like that or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to do. There's a lot more like taking things apart than there is for other controllers. Like, I guess we'll do a GameCube controller next, so I can show you the difference of how easy a GameCube controller is comparatively. But all right, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna try.
Okay.
We're gonna see if I can get this working.
I feel like gambling. Hitmonchan in the chat says, if I spilled something in my controller, I would assume it's dead forever. I did not know that it was repairable.
Oh yeah, most of the time spills are repairable. You can clean it up out of there. Try not to use it a lot with spilled stuff in there, but it should still work.
So just find the right screwdriver, get a Q-tip with some Windex, and just rub everything down. That's the easiest solution.
I mean, honestly, for most spills, yes, that's gonna be. Oh, I think I got it.
Do we have signs of life, Doctor?
Yeah, but the problem is I can't tell if the A button isn't working because. Oh, okay. I don't want to move this because it stops working as soon as I try to move it. But in theory, can you see that?
Not the loadout or the readout.
Oh, wait.
But okay, it says, "Hey, it's doing something. It's saying
doing
left."
stuff.
All right. It's gonna be
The only
okay,
problem
everybody.
is the A button is still not working super well, and I don't know if that's because of this or because the A button's actually not working very well.
Well, that's
So
we'll
we're
figure
gonna
it out.
open it up one more time.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't want to put this out for sale if it's not.
Okay. See, this is what it takes to be a business person. Is you need to be a perfectionist, everybody. The rest of us would have tossed it or just put it on sale for half off, but this is the level of professionalism from Kelsey. Yeah,
What I
Chet's-
mean,
Chet's
what
saying
good
she's
is
a pro.
an NES controller where you can't press A? That's like half the buttons.
You could still put it half off. It'd be fine. Shipwright's saying this is bordering on witchcraft. It's so impressive.
Is it bordering on witchcraft that I opened a controller and cleaned some contacts?
You don't understand how dumb most of us are, Kelsey. This would never occur to a lot of us that we could actually crack these suckers open.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good guides online for a lot of these, especially a lot of good ones actually just on iFixit's website. Again, controllers are a pretty good place to start. They get more complicated, obviously, the further along in generations you go, but like until you get to like Xbox 360, it's honestly pretty simple.
Okay. Jay Newt's wondering if you have any of the Xbox Duke controllers. He's wondering what the circuitry looks like on those weird, funky things.
Ooh, I don't know that I brought any home with me. I don't think so.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so what's your strategy here for double checking this thing?
I'm just trying to see if maybe I like misaligned the pad here when I took it out to show you guys. I don't. It looks okay.
I mean, if we know that the sensor is on the fritz, that's got to be what it is, right?
It could be, yeah. I am gonna clean them one more time.
Okay.
See if anything else pops up there, and then I also may have, when you screw it back together, because it's literally just like a thing touching a thing. If you don't screw it together, tight enough or whatever, you could also run the risk of having to press it really hard in order to actually get it to make contact.
Yeah. People are talking
There's
about
still a little dirt coming off.
All right. People are talking about Joy-Cons. Have
Yeah.
you done any Joy-Con repairs? Is that a pain in the ass?
That's actually a pretty. I should have thought about that. That might have been a good one to do. I also need more practice with that one because, by that point we had hired a full-time repair guy. So
Right.
I was like, I'll learn how to do this, but I'm not gonna do it very often or
Oh,
anything.
sure.
So it would be a good one for me to practice too. But it's not super difficult. Anything that I can do, not super difficult. That's
Okay.
a good rule of thumb.
Were you handy before you bought the store, or it just
No.
necessitates? Okay.
No, not at all. I'm super not handy. Which again is why this is a funny show because it's like I'm probably, among the lesser capable game store owners in terms of repairs and stuff. Oh god, what did I do this time?
Yeah, but they couldn't
Not
talk.
thread this correctly.
They can't talk while they're putting a NES controller back together, so I think you got one up on most of them.
I do wonder if that is making this more difficult. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about impressing you guys.
Yeah. Well, chats, they insist on calling you a witch, but in like a positive way, like not in a demeaning way. So I think you're still.
I don't think there's any other way to interpret that, actually. A witch is always positive.
I think so. Figment Space says it's so cool to buy the store and then learn. That's really an inspiring track for that. Yeah, that's how it goes. You got to force yourself to learn.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to at least vaguely understand some of this stuff, you know? Like, I'm always going to pay someone to be better than me because I do feel like this is one of those things, kind of like art or something, where it's like you either have like a good brain for it. Like, anyone can learn, but you may or may not have like a the natural disposition to really get this stuff. And I'm definitely on the more like artistic rather than repair brained side. But I'm learning.
But I mean, it has like a Power Wash Simulator level vibes of like, all right, it's just fun to slowly tinker. If it's not that complicated, clean it up. You can clearly see the progress. Like,
yeah,
it's not.
I
It's
do.
not exactly...
I actually do like stuff, which is maybe slightly different than repairs. If another fun, easy one, if people want to see something that looks more complicated, is just soldering, like very simple soldering stuff.
Right.
You know, I can do battery replacements pretty quickly. If that sounds weird to you, a lot of old cartridges have what are basically little watch batteries inside of them.
Right.
And those go bad after a while because cartridges are 30 plus years old. So you put a new one in there. So it lasts another 20 years.
Wouldn't you lose the data if you're pulling the battery?
You would.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
if there is still data, if it's still alive, then yeah, you do lose it when you pull the battery out. There are ways around it that I am not smart enough to do, where it's like you can kind of like have a separate circuit over here so you're like keeping it alive while you
interesting.
replace it, but that's beyond me.
It's like the Seinfeld episode with Frogger. Like, you got to leave it plugged in consistently or else you just lose the high score.
All right, that A button's working way better now. So, yep. All right, guys, we fixed one $12 controller.
We did it. Sell that crap right now. We got, let's see, we're looking for bids in the chat. We're up to $5 for the NES controller for Pink Gorilla Games. What do we got? Do we see 7? Do we see 8? People are just applauding you. They're not tossing out numbers. I'm sorry,
they don't need to buy this. Okay, I will also, but I figure the cleaning part's probably a little less interesting. So
okay.
All right, boy, these are ugly.
What?
These are some ugly. Look at this.
Oh, okay. Because that's nasty. What do you do? Ooh, I don't know, Kelsey. I don't know if you can fix that one. We might have to just throw it away at this point. So do you have...
GameCube controllers are a hot commodity.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, the Smash scene has just revived them. Remember how wild that was when they brought back the GameCube port for the Wii U version of Smash? Like, that was such a anomaly. Like, what are the odds that they could pull that off?
Well, and then also they manufactured new controllers again with the Smash logo on them.
Yep, I got
one.
And
they really need to do that again.
Yeah. They could consistently sell those. Like, 2024 might be a dry year for Nintendo here, but if they just make a big marketing push for come out and buy a GameCube controller, I feel like they can sell it like decent hardware sales.
They could sell GameCube controllers forever, I'm convinced.
Yep, for sure.
All right, so this uses a, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. This uses a Tri-Wing. It's like a little... You see that symbol there?
Yeah.
The little, yeah, it's like that thing. I don't know how to describe it.
So
other than a Tri-Wing.
You need a Tri-Wing to open a Wave Bird.
That's right. You need a Tri-Wing. Yeah, that sounds really cool.
It does sound cool.
Say it like that.
That's some good sci-fi stuff. People are wondering, what do you do for replacement parts, like the new thumbsticks for the GameCube controller here?
Yeah, thankfully people just make them now. Again, this has become a big enough industry, so I have my handy bag of parts I grabbed before I left yesterday. So we're going to be replacing both of the caps on this. So this will be a replacement thumbstick cap and then C-stick cap here. And if you buy them in bulk, they cost like $1 a piece. My guess is if you were to buy, one at a time, they're probably more like $3 a piece. But again, this is not a crazy difficult repair. So,
is Nintendo weird about people selling parts like that? Like, how does that work?
I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, they're certainly not doing it.
Right.
So.
That's so weird. So somewhere in the world, there's like outside of Nintendo.
Haley.
Yeah, Haley, the lawyer, please come in. Please come in. But it's so weird to like think of a factory line just cranking out C-sticks for GameCube controllers, but that's what's going on somewhere for like these third-party manufacturers.
Oh yeah, I mean, and all kinds of other things. I mean, there's not enough like Nintendo brand video cables to go around, so like there's also people manufacturing the GameCube video cables still and all kinds of stuff like that, because there's still a market for all this. There's enough of us game stores around, so okay.
Yeah, Sarah,
this is weirdly the hardest part. Kind of gently. It has been literally 2 years since I fixed a GameCube controller. I really hope all this still goes normally.
Easy. Her hands are shaking.
Okay,
this patient might die on the table.
We're good.
Okay. I want to see the inside of that thing. I've never seen one.
Yeah. So see how these sticks are literally just kind of sitting here on top?
Right.
Pull it off.
Okay.
It's a super easy thing. Although that stick itself looks really nasty, so we're gonna clean that, because I mean, the thing is, like, the vast majority of things that go wrong with electronics is crap gets in there. Like, that really that's most things, because all this stuff, Nintendo's a smart company, like all this stuff is well made. It's going to be difficult to do something like send too much power to it and overheat it or something like that. It really all comes down to like stuff's having a hard time doing what it's supposed to do because crap got in there.
Does it look that dirty?
Yummy.
Ooh, whoa. I mean, could you see the dirt, or is it just like if you just put a...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gross in here.
Don't go in there, everybody.
It's gross in here. Most of your consoles are probably, and controllers are probably way grosser than you think they are. Like, if you open them up, you're going to be like, oh, I'm disgusting. I haven't even spilled anything. Just your, like, hand oils. Like, I looked at my PS5 controller the other night and I was like, ew, like I'm getting this thing gross, and like I'm not eating while I'm playing anything. I'm just sweating while I'm playing Helldivers, I guess.
It is.
I don't know.
It is weird how some controllers just, I feel like I've had controllers just sitting in a, in a closet for years, and then they get sticky and gunky and weird on their own. I don't know what's happening in there, but just they age so poorly even if they're not touched.
It's weird.
It's weird stuff everywhere.
So there's a tiny little notch on here, so you can see there's like a specific way it goes on, and you just match that up with the notch on here, which I'm gonna do flawlessly the first time with no problems. This is exactly how long it's supposed to take to simply put this on top of the other thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's important to let it fall off a little bit too, and then come back on.
You gotta just... Oh my god.
Well,
like I said, it's been probably literally 2 years since I've done even this very simple repair.
There is no universe where you need to be self-conscious about how long it takes you to repair a GameCube controller. Mally Firestorm writes in and says, when I was a kid, I used to chew on the rubber pads on joysticks. Mally, I'm glad you're here. That does sound really satisfying. And thank you, Sarah, for highlighting that message to make sure we didn't miss it.
What is wrong with me? Why can't I slot this thing on?
Is the angle correct? Do you have the slot facing the right way?
I have the slot facing the right way. There's
People,
something. Is there some gunk in the way or something?
huh? Something in the way. Fromlock writes in, question for Kelsey. What is the grossest stuff you found in a controller or console?
Oh man, so many roaches, so many dead bugs, um,
Really?
cat piss.
Wait, how do you know it's cat piss? What's going on in there? Is
It just, I guess it just yellow and it smells like that. I guess I don't know that it's
uh,
from a cat specifically.
Jesus Christ. Not Weirder says I've
Could be
seen
from
clips.
anything, really.
Yeah, I've seen clips on the Pink Gorilla Twitch of bugs being found inside controllers.
Yeah, we're actually pretty lucky in Washington. We don't get nearly as many bugs as did I finally, nope. Oh my God. All right, we're just gonna do the other one real quick because that one's resting.
Yep, smart. Yeah, I'm amazed by like Seattle. You're really spoiled for the lack of bugs. You know, like people just
We
leave
are.
their windows open with no screens in the summer. I'm like, are you
Yeah.
guys nuts? What's happening over there?
I moved here from Texas 12 years ago, and it's just night and day. We we don't have bugs here. It's weird, but I'm thankful. I mean, we have lots of spiders, so if you're a spider,
Yeah.
if you're afraid of spiders, maybe don't move here. But
Thank you for showing
Beautiful.
us. You know exactly what we want to see. We want to see some good gunky Q-tips.
yeah, I know you guys want to see the gross stuff. That's what we're all here for.
That's right. Yeah, Bob Buell says humidity and dust can make old controllers just sticky, and I hate it very much. I do too. I don't care for it.
Yeah, dust really has a way of getting in there, even when you did nothing wrong.
Yeah. And to be clear, dust is old skin cells.
Oh God, probably.
Okay. And dust mites are little bugs that live in the dust.
Yes.
Okay,
Does
I'm
this,
gonna look into this.
Is this my expertise? Am I supposed to know this?
Yeah, you're pretty dusty. Let's see.
Okay.
Do they? Let's see. Do we have any dust mite experts in the chat?
Okay, that one's on.
Okay, nice.
This one. What if this cap sucks? It probably doesn't, but I'm gonna try to make myself feel better and be like, no, it's just that one was made bad.
Just ram it on there. I think it'll be just fine. Let's see. We got a lot of dust mites in the chat. Apparently, people are saying dust
A
is
lot
sand.
of dust mites in the chat.
People are claiming they are dust mites. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Dust is made of fine particles of solid matter. I'll be damned. Composed of small amounts of
That's how I would describe it. Yeah.
yeah, plant pollen, human hairs, animal fur, textile fibers. Yeah, okay. There's a lot going on for the Wikipedia article for dust. It is just a weird concept that we're all used to dust being everywhere. Ooh.
Then I'm sorry to say we're gonna be for the next hour while I try to play the game where you match the square block to the square hole
Yeah.
and the.
No, that's perfect. I'm looking at microscopic images of dust, and it's pretty entertaining. So
Okay.
you can do whatever you got to do over there.
Freaking hell.
Okay, I'm just gonna Google, do dust mites cause dust? That's it's
Where do the dust mites fit in with this?
right. Dust mites, insect-like pests that commonly live in the house dust. Yeah, I know that. They feed on flakes of dead skin or dander. So there's probably dust mites in controllers, technically.
Yeah, maybe.
I know I'm extremely allergic to them. I don't like them. I feel like if I played as Zerg in StarCraft, I would like looking at pictures of them more, because they basically just look like a little cute Zerg unit. Yeah, I don't mean to freak anybody out if anybody's high watching this, but these things are probably all over your body right now. Just go ahead and Google dust mites. Just get a good look at these freaks.
Wow.
How small are they?
Thanks for that.
People are wondering what the most dreaded repair is on your end.
I'm just upset anytime someone comes back with a GameCube that's laser is starting to go because there are not replacements for that.
Oh, really?
You just have to harvest another GameCube. No one's made those. I don't know why. I'm not smart enough to know why, but I do like ask myself that. I'm like, there's clearly a demand for this. If you go and try to buy GameCube lasers right now, they cost about $60 a piece. Because again, like no one's making them. I think they're all just harvested from actual GameCubes.
Harvest, it's a really good term for it. Yeah, it looks like Reddit is asking, are dying lasers becoming an epidemic for GameCubes? It's just like a finite resource, and we're all trying to collect GameCube lasers before they're all gone.
Yeah, and my repair guy knows how to like kind of recalibrate the lasers, but it's never a permanent fix. And it's one of those things where it's like, well, you know, I can make this work for today and like probably through next month, but you know, we're selling someone a GameCube that will stop working at some point.
Do other consoles, like, do they still make lasers for other consoles? There's just something about the GameCube specific laser?
Great question. I don't really think so, but a lot of them are just kind of more, I don't know, maybe more resilient or...
Huh.
I'm not sure.
What about...
Did I finally kind of get it?
My PS3 stopped reading discs a while ago.
Yeah.
How
Which
dire is that?
PS3 do you have?
Not the launch, but not the slim. So let's see. It looks like the launch PS3, but it's not backwards compatible.
But it's not backwards compatible.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, those do just kind of suck. Okay, I think I have this on now. Is this on all the way? Is the question. I think so. I think we might have done it, folks.
I feel very confident. And if it doesn't work, don't tell us. It looks like it works to us.
This is still on somehow. And the Z button normally that falls off, but it hasn't yet, so
chat, are you pro or con GameCube Z button? Is it the cutest button or the silliest button? Or is it both? Weigh in with your thoughts, everybody on Twitch. Because I think I like it, and I like the weird little nub on it, too. Lets you know where you are. It's the silliest cute button, says Hero.
I think it's also, like, there's always a stupid button. Nintendo console.
Everyone needs one. Did you see those rumors about the Switch 2 controllers?
The Switch 2 controllers? No.
There's a rumor that apparently they got rid of like the Joy-Con slidey track thing, and that it's going to be magnetized instead, and that's how it locks on.
That's interesting.
But there's like electrical current that locks it in as a magnet. It seems like some wild tech that I hadn't heard of before. Which I'm excited to see that weird stuff, because I feel like it could be the equivalent of with the 3DS when that came out. It's like glasses free 3D, that's a thing. Like I hadn't even seen that before the 3DS came out, and so I'm looking forward to these super magnets that run off an electric current also blowing my mind if it's real.
Something's not quite lined up here. This is also just annoying because this is a very gross controller, so I'm just manhandling a lot of dirt right now.
Yeah. But just think, the dirtier it is, the more fun people had playing it. And there's a lot of memories baked into the physical contraption, you know?
Do you think that's true? Or do you think it just, like, was in a landfill in Japan or something?
Those are memories.
Those are some memories.
Do you got a favorite GameCube controller color?
Ooh. Yeah, I have this is a fancy answer. I have the Tales of Symphonia special edition that came out in Japan. It's Seafoam Green.
Ooh, that's nice.
It's really cool.
Oh.
For like kind of normal ones though, probably gotta be the spice. It's gotta be this one.
Yeah.
Right?
Let the spice flow, absolutely. Spice, orange spice rules the world.
Spice must flow.
Yeah, the purple one's classic, but I never had a Wavebird. I know the people who had them, it's like their religion is worshiping that thing. But I was always just like, why even deal with batteries? I know the charge is good, but like I'm fine with the cord. This is no big deal.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Oh, and I've now lost the Z button.
It's okay. No games use the Z button. It's fine. Oh, there's the keyboard GameCube controller. If you're gonna count that, that'll be.
Oh, yeah, I have that one. That one's fun.
The Z is the map in Sunshine. Yeah, I think Z is map in Metroid Prime as well. Ooh, the Resident Evil Chainsaw controller. I suppose that would count.
That's a good one. Yeah.
People are talking about the stupid long battery life for the Wavebird. I
wonder
I can't get over.
It's easier to do the other way around. Again, been a very long time since I've done this, so I'm like,
all good. Keep butts.
Is it easier to do this the other way? I forget.
Whatever works for you. Yeah, the Switch Pro controller. I'm still always amazed. Like, I guess Tears of the Kingdom was the last time I was playing a ton of it. But like, I'm amazed how long that charge lasts.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous.
PS5
the
controller.
Wii U one, too.
Yeah, but the PS5 controller, it's like 38 minutes and that thing's dead.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
I don't understand how batteries are all over the place. Like, the fact that there's still NES games that still have the battery save rolling, like, after 30 years? How is that possible?
I don't know. I keep trying to chalk it up to, like, maybe things were just made better back then.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Is it just different costs for the lithium or something going into it? Like, I don't understand how controllers can range that wildly. Is it just the fancy rumble and stupid mic and the PlayStation controller is dragging it down? I don't know what it could be.
All right, this is a mystery, guys. Which way to put it back together?
If you just squeeze it hard enough. It'll work.
If I just squeeze it hard enough. I mean, it's like I can get it back together, but a little loose, and that's not cool. So.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what music we need for this? I'll play it here, and I'll see. This will be fun trivia for people.
Something to make me more nervous, I think.
Okay.
Okay, that side's good. Do we get it? I think we may have gotten it.
Okay.
I just need to start putting the screws in.
Okay, here we go. This is the perfect music for this, everybody. You gotta tell me, what is this from? It feels very obvious now. But I was like, why is it so satisfying to like watch you like clean stuff slowly with the Q-tip? It's like, it reminds me of some scene in some movie. Yeah, chat's got it. Repairing Woody in Toy Story 2. That scene is so good, especially like when he paints. It's satisfying but sad when he paints over the Andy. You know, but just like that level of detail, it's like I think it's my favorite sequence in Toy Story 2. You guys, what's your favorite sequence in Toy Story 2, Kelsey?
I don't. Here's a sad thing. I don't ever remember what happened in what movie. Like anytime there starts being more than one of a movie, I'm like, I don't know which one is which.
Let's see.
But I think I'm with you. I think that's the answer, like unquestionably.
Okay.
It does make me like want to have more. Like I want to be a craftsman of some sort.
I think you are. You could be that old man in Toy Story 2, Kelsey. Yes, that's crafty.
Sure.
We're under the arts category on Twitch. That's all you need to be considered artsy and crafty.
Okay. All right. I need this to have like 2% more magnet, and I need to shake 2% less.
If you're being so nervous about repairing this controller, like, I need this $20 from Pinkarilla. Come on.
GameCube controllers are worth money. These are worth like $40.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right.
Do you have?
It feels good.
All right. All right.
It is not quite. I put a screw in this one. I think these technically have two very slightly different lengths. These screws, or I'm crazy. That might not be true at all.
I think there's like some magic that you could do here, Kelsey, where you're pointing out all your flaws that we can't even see in the stream, and so you could repair all these things and be like, and done, it's perfect, and it'd be a great
I
magic
thought about
show.
that. I thought about being like, yep, like opening some stuff up and like I could just take a soldering iron and just like melt random things
Yeah.
and put some random wires on other random wires and just be like, yep, done.
Cannot Blank says, I haven't seen Toy Story 2 since last time I changed my Wavebird batteries. Yeah, that's fair. Soldering is cool.
All right.
Anytime you get to
feels
deal with...
good. Those sticks look way better.
Yes. Perfect.
We're gonna try it out now.
Fingers crossed, everybody. For the sake of all that's holy with the GameCube, we need this to work. Please. Come on, machine. Don't let us down. And do you have orange, spice orange paint that you could use to paint over all those smudges?
I'm just... All right. Sometimes you'll see, on there, you'll see just a little bit of movement, but it's like between 0 and 2.
Yeah.
That's not really an issue. That's usually just, it's not even like reading it quite right. So start. Look at all that.
Uh-oh. It doesn't seem to be registering anything.
It was registering everything except the D-pad.
Oh no.
What did I do to the D-pad?
What did I do?
This is fun, guys.
This
is making me, this is humbling me a lot. You don't do something for 2 years and you're like, I guess I just can't even do it anymore.
It looks a little loose, chat's saying. Doesn't look
it
fully
is, yeah.
closed.
I think at the bottom here, this just isn't quite lined up correctly.
Okay.
We'll
Whip
fix.
On Twitch, they say that you should use your leftover Hot Ones sauces as paint for the controller.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good idea.
There's still a couple I'm using.
I have the full suite in my fridge, and I'm excited to give it away to friends, but then there's a couple that I've been waiting for, like, what's the right thing to take out this buffalo sauce again? Because I think that maybe was my favorite out of the whole suite.
Which one was?
Well, I gotta double check.
The OG?
Yeah, I think just like the original buffalo sauce. Like, it's one of the best buffalo sauces I've had.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like, I had one that was like it said it had like chocolate or mole or something in it, and I was not expecting that one to be my favorite, but it's been my favorite. It's been great.
Okay, let's see. Does it feel like you can tighten that thing up? Oh, Jay Newt says the last dab is so tasty. It works great on breakfast sandwiches.
What?
That's a lot for a breakfast sandwich, Jay Newt.
That's crazy.
But we're all impressed.
Something's a little off kilter here. And there goes my Z button.
No! It's fine. Just throw it away. I'm telling you, it'll be totally fine.
All right, I'm taking this off again.
Yeah, people are impressed by
I really hope our repair guy's watching. He's going to be like, this is the idiot that pays me. I know so much more than her.
Yeah, that's the point. That's why you pay him.
That's true. Yeah.
It would be more alarming if you could do it faster and better than he could, I suppose, because then he would be insecure about his job.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I do wonder. I'm kind of curious if I could just like plug this in while it's still apart and make sure that it works. I should be able to.
Yeah. And if you get
I
electrocuted,
just don't want to. I don't want it to explode and fall into pieces here.
That'd be a terrible clip to share online.
Okay, no, this is still. Okay. So something might just be like misaligned here with the D-pad pad.
Huh. How do you find a good console repair person?
I don't know. I got very lucky. We've had two. I have not always like paid someone, but I feel like I've gotten very lucky with both of them. Just people apply, and you can kind of watch them work. But that's actually a question I have had for our repair guy, where I'm just like, I don't like if I wanted to hire a second one, like how do I test for that?
Right. Probably put them on a live stream and see if they can get the D-pad to work. On a
Yeah, that's
GameCube
right.
controller.
Talk through the process, see
Mhm.
if they can reassemble a GameCube controller. And if they can beat me,
Mm-hmm.
then I mean they better be able to beat me because I ain't worth paying. Well, that's for sure.
Do you do a lot of job interviews still at Pink Gorilla?
I have started to try to make that a management thing.
Okay.
Make that someone else's responsibility.
Because it's too stressful.
I've done a ton of them. I hired almost all the people that currently work for me, but getting to a point now where I'm like, I probably don't need to be the one doing all of this.
Yeah. But you could get some perverse sick thrill out of it, like a power trip if you're into
That's
that.
right.
Like,
Interviewing's a weird skill. Have you ever interviewed anyone, Ben? Like for a job? Obviously,
Yeah.
you've interviewed a million people, but
Yeah, it was really stressful. I think Leo we just like hired automatically, but for like Wade Wojcik, we did interviews for him, and I remember feeling like I was more nervous than the person that was being interviewed for a lot of those.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
that's been my experience too. And I'm always like, I hope they can't tell that I'm actually the nervous one. And
Right. It's a bad sign.
yeah.
This is making me really hungry for a sandwich, Kelsey. And
Oh, just kind of putting some pieces together and
yeah. It's covered
they
in
have
dust.
it this time. But I am gonna see if I can hold it together, plug it in.
Okay.
The thing I've never understood with repairs is like, how do you have enough hands for this?
How's it looking?
You need like 3 hands. Okay, this is still just not registering anything on those. Everything else is working.
Huh.
Do you remember if we even tested this before?
I don't think we did.
Okay.
So you made it better. I think it's a guarantee.
I've done something here.
Hitmonchan says, what's the opposite of repair? How dare you ask that, Hitmonchan? We haven't done anything to harm these controllers.
It's fair. It's a question.
Yeah, it's clean, people are pointing out. Yeah, absolutely.
It's getting cleaner. Yeah, so this is where my expertise starts to just kind of end. I'm like, if it is not is this totally misaligned?
Let's see, Sarapods wants us to know that there's a great comment that was from Felix Works that said D-pad, more like defective pad. That's true. Thanks for highlighting the best of the best here, Sarah.
Missed joke opportunity.
Yeah, not this time.
Right.
Jay Newt asked if you ever miss being on the floor at Pink Gorilla. Do you ever miss just being an employee working there?
I'm on the floor every day. I thought he meant literally on the floor. I'm like, no, our floor is kind of an old carpet. I wouldn't want the floor. No, I am on the floor, honestly, most days at this point. Monday through Friday, at least a little bit. I mean, I do other projects and stuff. I usually don't work like a full shift, but I still like helping customers and stuff.
No, that's nice.
Yeah.
Let's see, now chat's
All
just
right,
kind
here's
of
a problem, guys. I can't tell you what's wrong.
No.
Nothing looks wrong to me. I don't know what this is.
Do you have any sort of sledgehammer? Could we just smash it?
Ooh,
That'd be a good
yeah.
good way to seal off. Ooh,
Oh, why did I do that? I just poured all of the buttons out.
It's fun to see them. I've never seen a GameCube button like that.
Oh yeah, look how long they are. Look how
Ish.
just...
Weird.
Isn't that weird?
You could press that for days.
It's so funny because you use so little of it. Those dinky little X and Y buttons there, they're these like thick, weird things.
How bizarre.
Yeah.
This just looks like a children's story at this point of just trying to
It
toss
does,
those,
yeah. And again, you just kind of slot the colors and you put the shapes in the holes.
Fun for the whole
Okay.
family.
I'm not gonna tip this over again and spill it out everywhere.
People are wondering, are the X and Y buttons interchangeable?
They are not. No. They've got. Here, I'll pull one out again. They've got these like little notches on them, and each one has slightly different notches, so you can't put them in the same spot, which is good. That's very good design.
Yeah.
It would be very bad if you could very easily. Okay. I still don't think this is going to work, but
we don't care. It's all good. Jay Newt's wondering.
We're just having fun.
Hey,
right? It's not really. It's about the friends we made along the way,
right?
Not about the actual repairs, right?
About the subs we got along the way, yeah. Trying to hit that new show overflow goal here. Jay Newt's wondering, do you know why the buttons got spongy on the GameCube controllers? For me, it was always the B button that just got spongy and weird.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's these little guys right here. They lose their. I mean, they're just made out of like a rubber, and if you use it enough where the rubber starts to break down, it just. I don't know if you can tell that this kind of like snaps nicely,
right?
But after a while, they don't really like snap. They just kind of like squish.
Blech.
Yeah.
But you could replace it. Yeah, very strange. There we go. Yeah, full info for everyone. Too much Smash.
I'm teaching you something. How to repair things, not so much.
No, this is working.
Something.
Let's see. What do you want for episode 2 of Kelsey's console repair?
Something I actually know how to repair.
PS5. Let's just jump right to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think another fun like, still pretty much 101 level, but looks a little fancier, might be like replacing batteries or something, like learning how to do some mild soldering.
Yeah.
That could be a fun one, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, soldering's very cool if you've never done it.
It is. It looks. You feel cool the first time you do it. I mean, just straight up, like it's cool. Soldering is cool.
It makes you feel like you're dealing with the T-1000 from Terminator. Any sort of liquid metal is automatically great. Now, this is something that it takes expertise to do, to actually hold it up and then pick something up off the floor without spilling all the buttons out. So everybody should appreciate the skill going on here from Kelsey. Okay.
And I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why this D-pad is not working.
It's because it's cursed. It's Satan's D-pad. It's fine. Hang on, Kelsey.
Everything else is working fine. But I think I'm putting this back together and putting a note on it that's like, I replaced the sticks. You're going to have to open it up again.
Hang on.
The D-pad isn't working.
I'll do a Twitter poll to see if the D-pad does actually work. Does the D-pad actually work? Yes, it does actually.
Yeah, am I stupid? Does this actually work?
Okay, so I'm just saying, everybody on Twitch, you can vote right now to determine does D-pad actually work, and Kelsey's actually mistaken. She's not seeing it correct. Because maybe it'd be satisfying if it turns out that it was a miracle and it was actually working exactly as we want. Oh, did I say Twitter poll? I meant Twitch poll. Okay, oof, Kelsey, this is tough. We're getting down there. 30 seconds. These votes could go.
Is it a close race?
It's a very close race to determine, does the D-pad actually work? Could we have a satisfying closure for this episode? Because if it turns out no, it's broken, then Kelsey's going to cry on camera, you guys. We can't have this happen.
What if I put it back together and it just magically works once it's all back together?
Well, I think it only would
work. We don't know. We don't know. That could happen, right?
That's right. That's right. And it will happen if this Twitch poll goes in the right direction. Unclear which way it could go at this point. Oh my God, Kelsey! I just realized.
Does it work?
The D-pad actually works.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
You guys, miracles do happen in console repair. It works. It works. Lord Sturden says that's not how polls work. Look, I'm not too familiar.
I think it's how polls work.
Yeah, what am I, Nate Silver over here? Come on.
Yeah, I think it's probably how polls work.
And that's console repair, everybody. That's how you do it.
Is that it?
I feel great.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put this back together, and yeah, what if it just works now? We'll see.
I guess we could actually test it for real. Okay,
Yeah,
so
we'll test it in just a sec here. I can't believe in like a whole hour I have fixed one $12 controller.
yeah, I don't know how much you charge.
This is some
hourly.
embarrassing levels of I'm rusty here.
Again, anybody else who was doing this, we would just flail wildly, and we would actually just chew on the Joy-Con, just like everybody else there. So we don't know what the hell we're doing. But yeah, let us know what you want from episode 2, chat, from a hypothetical Kelsey's console repair. She can repair anything. It could be Kelsey's...
That's right, I can repair anything, as you've seen today.
Kelsey's V8 engine repair. We could really keep branching it out. And...
No.
Yes. No, you're wrong, though, Kelsey. Yes.
Totally. Yep, absolutely.
All right. That's it. Thank you so much, everybody, for supporting MinnMax on Patreon and letting us do weird stuff like this with the whole New Show Plus format. You can join the Backstage Pass tier and vote for more episodes of this in the future if you'd like. Kelsey, you're a saint. Great job out there.
Thank you guys for watching me repair 2 entire controllers, one of which absolutely worked. No worries.
Awesome. All right. We'll be back next week, everybody. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Every week, we let Patreon supporters choose which new show we create with New Show Plus. Should we create another episode of the show you just watched? Check out the biggest new game release? Get into Sea of Thieves? Create an exercise show? It is your call. So thanks to everybody who subscribes on YouTube or supports us over on Patreon. MinnMax exists because of you. As always, if you enjoy MinnMax content, any help telling a friend is appreciated.